David Gonzalez. Now, if you don't know already and you've been living under a rock, this guy is one of the gnarliest skateboarders ever to exist. He's been in the scene for 20 odd years and he's been pro for over 10. With Skater of the Year under his belt and many video parts throughout the years, David is one of the most world-renowned skateboarders, full stop. So, it obviously made a lot of people upset last year when he had announced that he was going to be quitting skateboarding forever. One of the saddest moments for a lot of people. He was the favorite skater for so many different people I know, so many people growing up, and he was one of the standout pros that you would really like. As soon as you saw his skateboarding, it could be a silhouette and you would know it was him straight away. You know, he was one of those guys that you could just recognize it straight off the bat from how sick it was. Sadly, last year, like I just mentioned a minute ago, David had a little bit of a situation. We did a video on it. You might have seen it already. It was this video right here, where essentially we did a bit of research and tried to figure out as to why David had quit skateboarding. Because obviously, when you're that good, when you make that much money for it, you've got sponsors like Rockstar behind you, and you just quit out of nowhere, you can see why people might be asking a few questions there. Long story short, from the last video, we essentially found out that not 100% true, but 95% true, was that David in Colombia, where he's from, had a bit of a run-in with some local gangs while doing some skating at some certain spots. And apparently, he was attacked by them, stabbed, I believe. I'll put the correction on screen now if I'm wrong, I might be misremembering. But I believe he was stabbed and told that if he came back or skated in the area or in the city again, that it would be a lot worse next time. So obviously David has been very wary about putting his foot back on the board. If this is true, which a few sources I've spoke to seem to think it is, but again, take it with a pinch of salt. I cannot 100% confirm this. But yeah, he got himself into a physical altercation with some people that you wouldn't want to be beefing with, and it ended up in the fact that David is not going to be skating anymore. So obviously a lot of people are really upset about this. We watched a few videos from David before, and I think for a little bit of nostalgia, we're gonna watch one right now. And if you don't want to watch the skating, fuck you, pussy. Skip to this timestamp. So originally we had the Spirit in Black part here, but sadly, because it has Lamb of God to it, the video got copyright claimed. And obviously, if you were to change any music to any of David's videos, that would be sacrilegious. So instead of doing that, we're gonna watch this 2014 Tampa Pro Run where David absolutely kills it. So let's get back into it. So we've just seen David skating right there in his Thrasher Spirit in Black part. One of the gnarliest parts ever for just what he's sending and the danger behind it. Like, you know, the carpet burn, or the concrete burn, I should say, is going to be unmatched for some of them falls that he was definitely getting for those tricks. Anyway, let's jump out of this Spirit in Black and have a little catch up with where David is today. So in 2025, David posts a lot on Facebook. Now, if you didn't know this already, a lot of skaters that came up in like the 2000s and the 2010s, oftentimes their biggest audience is on Facebook and then Instagram. So David, for example, again, in places like Colombia, in Spanish-speaking countries, the social media that is most prominent oftentimes does end up being Facebook, which is a bit of a contrast to our side of the world. But yeah, David has been doing bits and bobs on Facebook for too long. I think it was around this time last year, October, where we found out that he was not going to be skating any further. This was around this time that we did the video. He had that altercation we spoke with at the start of the video, and then just basically just said that I'm not going to be skating anymore. A lot of people have reached out to me and said, we want to know what's going on with David. Like, he looks pretty sketched out at this point. Because a lot of people, let me get off this real quick. A lot of people were like sending in to me videos of like David smoking weed and like just looking into the camera, like looking proper dead-eyed, which he can do what he wants, of course, but obviously people were concerned because if they think that, oh, he's quit skateboarding, now he's turning to drugs, it can be a very slippery slope when you've not got that discipline of skateboarding to keep you on the straight and narrow. Because Lord knows, if you've had a drug addiction problem, skateboarding is like the best thing to keep you on the straight and narrow. It's hard to worry about where the next drug hit's coming from when the thing beneath your feet can literally kill you at any second. So the fact that he's gone the opposite way, got rid of the skateboard, started on stuff like weed. Obviously, weed's not bad at all. You smoke as much weed as you want. It's not really a drug, in my opinion. It's a plant. But it's a slippery slope. You might end up somewhere else where you don't want to be. Who knows? Because I've definitely seen some videos of David looking like he might have been on something else. But it seems those videos have been deleted, in my opinion. Because like obviously they were all up on here. David's obviously big into his music. He likes his guitars. He was doing some rapping as well. Like a lot of videos like this is what I was being sent of him just like sitting in this spot smoking and looking into the camera playing music. Like, but to be fair, people, what they were sending me was making it out like David was way worse off than what I'm seeing right here. I know a few of the videos have potentially been deleted, but yeah, this is last year still. Big handrail. Yeah, I think this is the kind of stuff that they were sending me, but like him just playing music with a spliff in his mouth sort of thing, acting like he was some sort of devil. Oh yeah, this was around the time. I remember this being a new clip when we did the video last time. Anyway, oh yeah, because he says, okay, so this is the video that we caught up with last time we made one, saying, I do not miss skateboarding, but here is one of my favorite ollies I did when I used to skate. Good times. This is fucking crazy, man. Into the little pyramid box corner. The little hip. Unmatched for like random gaps. Like, you know, on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, when you get like the little gap thing come up at the bottom on the trick list when you do a big gap. David is probably the guy that invented most of those. But yeah. So this was 20th of August last year. Obviously, he stopped skateboarding. He was saying how he didn't miss skateboarding. And then later on in that year, he started reposting more clips like what we're seeing here. And if we just fast forward ourselves to 2025, the most recent stuff we're seeing from him is skateboarding clips. And apparently, he's going to be at this place from 1 to 7:30. Let me chuck this into Google Translate and see what he's got going on. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is what he said in that post. Skate is awesome. Here we go. The Moment, new song, this Friday the 13th, 7:30 p.m. available on Spotify, so you can speak it up then. A trap with an awesome electric guitar in Spanish and English. All right, that's sick. It seems as though David is skating again. He's got music coming out. He's remaining creative. His like clothing style seems to have switched up a bit. He's like in Jordans and like no longer his vest and his long hair. If what we thought was true from the last video where he like got into some altercation with a gang and that caused him to not want to skate, or they were after him for some reason or whatever, the fact that he's left it quite a while, like nearly a year, he's cut off his hair, he's wearing Jordans now, he's got the hoodie and the shorts, like it's a completely different style for David, and it might be to, you know, mask himself from the people that he once had beef with. Obviously, again, this is just theories. So finally, let's go into David's Instagram and see what he's been up to there, because I feel like that's where he's keeping people most updated in 2025. So let's jump back over to the David Graham. So on his Instagram, you can see he's removed quite a bit of the old content from his previous years. There's only 125 posts on here. A lot of them are just reels, but his main feed posts, he's deleted pretty much all of them. Like if we go on this one right here, this is from 2022, Trey Foot Blunt. Oh, it's a double Trey Blunt. Jesus Christ. That's actually mental. I'm going to have to try that one day. Got this clip right here where he's talking about a new shoe with Puma. That was 1 year ago. And then, out of nowhere, he just randomly surprises us with a brand new skate clip. I know it's not much to go off, but who wants to sponsor me, he says. My first ollie after almost a year of being off the board. And here we go. Anyone wondering why he hasn't been skating? It's because he got stabbed in the leg a while back and is still recovering. So stop hating and just support him. Which is pretty much what we said at the start. The guy got into an altercation with a knife, and it stopped him from skating for a while. Obviously, the reason why he stopped skateboarding was up in the air. Was it because he couldn't walk? Was it because of gang threats? We don't know that part, but we do know that he got into the altercation with the gang, stabbed, and hopefully is on the road to recovery. He's obviously been doing a lot of music back in the studio. He's got posting old clips here. I think this is an old one. I'm pretty sure that's an old one because of the hairstyle and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, he's been keeping up with the posts. He's also done a few of these like Middle Eastern style edits. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen these, but a lot of like Middle Eastern fellows tend to do edits just like this of them like walking through the street or a shopping mall or something. I've seen it so many times. And now David's doing it. But yeah, From the Hood, 14 weeks ago. Looks like some old clips, potentially a couple of new ones, but who knows? I'm pretty sure they're all old. Anyway, David Gonzalez in 2025 is doing music. He's back into skateboarding now. He's got a new tune coming out this week. I'm honestly stoked to see that he didn't quit skateboarding fully. Because we know he said that he didn't miss skateboarding, this, that, and the other. But it looks like everybody gets bitten by the skate bug and comes back eventually. So yeah, that's the David Gonzalez update in 2025. Let me know if you miss him as much as I do, and I'll see you in the next one.